Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. Today's video is going to be on exposing the signs, and this is a series that I had started a really long time ago, and I was going through and just editing some of my old videos and redoing thumbnails. So please go take a look at my old videos. There are a lot of new kind of revamped videos that I think you guys would really like if you haven't took a dive through my channel in a while. Go through my popular uploads, especially because those ones are obviously popular for a reason. But I came across a series that I had not finished, so I was like, that's not okay, we need to finish it. So exposing the signs, I'll be going over what the certain signs need to be exposed about. I want to go into the first sign that we will expose. I've already done Aries, Gemini, Taurus, and Virgo, so naturally I think we need to do Cancer. Now Cancer is obviously a big water sign, a big crybaby. Cancer is kind of the sign of the zodiac that people like to make fun of, like to poke fun at, because they can be so emotional, so high strung sometimes. They can have really strange kind of reactions to things that people don't understand. Like if you do something to them, they might not be very direct with it. They'll be like, oh, well, wasn't I supposed to be a part of this? Or why, well, that was funny, you didn't call me. Like very indirect, and they can kind of hide things and then have these bursts of anger or bursts of explosive emotion. But not all Cancers. The more mature Cancers definitely know how to hold their anger and their frustrations and kind of be more patient with things in life. Have learned to kind of temper that. But you know, a more immature Cancer would be someone who is overly emotional, overly connected or obsessed with their mother. You know, kind of a crybaby. Like at the end of the day, they will still have a woe is me tendency at times because maybe they feel like they don't have enough time to do something, enough energy, enough support. You know, they don't have like the help or the friend group or the family, you know, structure that they want. So things are just never like perfect for them. But Cancer are also very strong people, very independent people, very hardworking people. You know, they can tend to laziness a little bit or even weight gain at times, but they are a great friend, someone who will be there for you. They get their feelings hurt a lot because they are loyal and they are very giving people. But sometimes if people don't reciprocate that in the way that they want, they start to put walls up. You know, the hard shell on the outside starts to come out more, and they will just block people out. You know, if you kind of cross a Cancer at any time, they usually will not like trust you very easily. They do definitely forgive, but it just depends what, you know, what other signs they have in their chart, you know. But Cancer, if they have it in a personal planet, it will be a big part of their personality. They want to be protectors as well, so they can have that tendency to like want to protect what's theirs, want to protect their family. Cancer people are always very family oriented, so that's something that is like never really different. I don't see, like, they can have issues obviously like any family does, but a Cancer person basically just like family is number one for them. Family and protection and just feeling comfortable. So they're definitely not one to like go out of their comfort zone very often. Now Leo, we will expose the Leo. Leo people are definitely dramatic. They are the drama queens and kings of the zodiac. They need the attention to feel confident about themselves. They need to have the spotlight. They prefer, you know, when the attention is on them. If someone else is getting attention around them, or if someone else is getting accolades or recognition or rewards in some way and they're not, they can feel, you know, very tense and like uncomfortable with the situation because they feel like they're not getting what they deserve or what they need to feel comfortable. And it's just a part of who they are. You know, the lion is the royal sign of the zodiac. So when they're in their best, they are leading, they're creating, they're, you know, courageous. They are dramatic, but in a way that is like a great thing. You know, people like to be around them. They're funny. They're the comedians of the zodiac. Like if you know a Leo or someone with a Leo placement, they love to laugh, love to have fun. They love to just enjoy life. And they are very proud, very big egos too. But they are definitely performers. And if they're not a performer, they might have a more like timid sign in their chart as well, like maybe Virgo or Cancer or something like that, where they might not want all that attention. They maybe want to create and have like a very creative outlet, but don't always necessarily need to be like the front of something. They can be behind the scenes. They definitely still want that recognition. They want the rewards, they want the pay or whatever it might be for their creativity, but they don't typically need to always be at the front if they have a more timid sign in their chart. But exposing Leo, they, you know, like I said, they can be jealous, they can be competitive, and it's different than like an Aries competitive. Like competitive Aries just feel like they're always going to win anyway, so they don't even like care. They're just like, I'm the best because I'm the best. But Leo, they definitely want to compete and they want to come out on top. They want to show that they deserve the, you know, the recognition and that attention that they really need to feel confident. You know, they need that attention and admiration. You know, they need to hear thank you, words of affirmation. They need to hear thank you. They need to hear I appreciate you. So if you have a Leo in your life, make sure that you're, you know, giving them all of those like verbal appreciations, especially if they have a creative hobby or something that they're showing you that they worked really hard on. You know, don't just like bypass it and be like, okay, cool, like, good job. You should really be like, wow, that's so creative, one of a kind, you know, like that Lady Gaga thing where she's like stunning, one of a kind, never been done before, like that kind of thing. You would have a Leo like so happy. But they can smell through bullshit too. Like they don't want to just get recognition and attention for nothing. They really feel like they deserve it. So that's your Leo exposed. Now exposing Libra. So Libra is the sign of relationships, the sign of balance. These people are obsessed with partnership, relationship. They're obsessed with nice things. They're obsessed with showing off. They're obsessed with the social realm, and they want to be number one. So they are always comparing themselves and comparing what they have or their relationship situation to other people who they maybe want to be like or who they admire, even people that they don't like, people they're jealous of. They can be like measuring, you know, who's, you know, what is longer or who has more, who has the better things, you know. And it's all about the show with Libra. Like Libra people aren't the type to have like lots and lots of money saved like a Cancer or a Taurus might. You know, they're not the ones to like add a big budget to their savings account. They want to spend it, they want to show it off, they want to have the nicest car, they want to have the nicest shoes, they want to be going to the coolest like places and vacations. And you know, they're also very communicative, so they will tell people about this. They're definitely like all over social media. Libra people can be like the people who are on their story all day, like telling you what they're doing, where they're going, why they're doing it. You know, they want to like keep everyone updated with their, you know, in their social life. So social like social upkeep or whatever, like keeping up with the Joneses, like keeping up socially is very important to them. And if they have like done better or something with their lives, they want to express that and show it off, and they want to tell people about it. Libra people also think that they have great style, but sometimes they can be a little too trendy or a little too trashy or, you know, whatnot, because they want to show like, ooh, look what I have. Like I have the best thing. I have the coolest new thing. Or even just wanting to wear like a name brand just to wear a name brand, where I think like a Capricorn, Aquarius, maybe even like a Taurus or a Virgo would have more of a subdued, like classy, elegant style. Libra can be a bit flashy, maybe not so timeless, and, you know, just wanting that attention for the attention. They want to be like, I don't care if everyone knows this is a Gucci bag or this is, you know, Louboutins. Like, I'm not going to be subtle about it. I want everyone to know what I have and how much it was. I want to have the biggest wedding ring, like, you know, Kim Kardashian. That type of thing. Like they want to just have the most to show people that they have the most. So it can be a little arrogant. It can be a little bit unseemly, a little gauche, that type of thing. I mean, I love Libras. Like I have a lot of Libras in my life. They are they'll tell you how it is. You know, they are direct in some ways, you know, they're a little indirect in other ways, just because they want to keep the balance and they want to keep the peace. But if they feel like they know what's best, they will make sure and let you know and try to sway your opinion, try to manipulate you, try to get you on their side. That's a big thing with Libra. Like they sometimes won't be super direct with like how they're telling you to do something or how they want you to do something, but they will manipulate it in a way to try and make you agree with their ideas. So that's exposing a Libra. Like I said, I have a lot of Libras around. So now we have Scorpio. So exposing Scorpio. I'm not going to do it's going to be a little bit generic, but I'm going to do like the Scorpio that I've been seeing recently. And I think Scorpios are very misunderstood. People like to dislike Scorpio people. They like to look for reasons not to like them. But Scorpio people, I feel like instead of them becoming obsessed with other people become obsessed with them, and the Scorpio person loves to be obsessed. Like they love to have people be obsessed with them. So that's kind of one of the things that would be like exposing Scorpio, is like they like to have other people kind of fawning over them. They even can kind of make up this idea in their head of like, people like me more than, you know, they should, or more than I like them, or something like that, when it's like, that's a little not how reality is like playing out. And you of course want to look to where their Mars sign is for more of a colored picture of this, because Mars rules Scorpio. Pluto does not rule Scorpio, if you have heard that. Mars rules Scorpio, so that'll just play out the color of the Scorpio by where their Mars is, basically. But another thing about Scorpio and exposing them is they definitely can have a secretive side. You know, you will think you know a Scorpio, and they will have a completely different like backstory or something else going on that you're not totally aware of. Like they are very good at keeping secrets. Especially when it comes to themselves, like not always other people. So don't like go and tell your Scorpio person like everything, because they still can kind of blab to people. They're not going to keep everything private. But when it comes to like their own things, they can have like a whole secretive life kind of buried under the, you know, like in the backyard. And they're great at like restarting as well. Like a Scorpio person will have a lot of transformations in their life, and sometimes this can be something bad, like an exposing of them. Like maybe they have totally transformed into a new person, and they have this like secret side to their history or where they came from or something like that, where you maybe find out about it, or you know, they moved somewhere new and then you hear about like their past and you're like, oh wow, that's like a little unseemly or unsettling. So that's like the Scorpio kind of secrets that, you know, not everyone is aware of. When you meet a Scorpio, you're just like, oh, this person is like mysterious and kind of interesting, and maybe, you know, whatever it might be that you like about that person, or maybe you don't like them. And that's another thing about Scorpio. Like a lot of people have a real distaste for a Scorpio person just because they have this raw, authentic, like real energy that some people can't really like relate to, or they want the fakeness right away. You know, when you meet someone, you're like, hi, how are you? Good, bye, go away. Like a Scorpio is like real raw. They'll give you a lot of themselves. So that is your Scorpio exposed. Now exposing Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and these people can be definitely overly optimistic. That's one of the things that probably annoys me personally about Sagittarius people. I don't have a lot of like really close Sagittarius people. I have people with Sag placements, but they are the type of people who can be overly excited. Like they go somewhere and they're like, oh my God, hey, like let's do, like, you know, like they can be very excited, very passionate and like vocal, and, you know, like they like to have like something to look forward to like that, where they can like be excited about it. So they kind of need that, you know. If they don't have like something to look forward to, or an event or something fun, they can be a little bit like, man, you know, like everything's boring, everything's not good enough, you know, because Sag people are also unfortunately, they have this like side which needs to be exposed about them always thinking that they're right, always thinking that their way is the right way of doing things. You know, it can be a bit dogmatic. So that's kind of like the side of them that is just not the best. So they have like this side to them where if they're not getting what they want, doing what they want, having fun, you know, experiencing the most, they will feel a little bit like, you know, nothing's good enough. This isn't how I want it to be. This isn't how it should be. I deserve better. I deserve more. I want to have more fun. I want to travel more. I want to experience more. Like Sagittarius, like the main word for them is more. They just want more, more, more. And it's not a bad thing. You know, like sometimes you just want to grow more. You want to experience more, which is all good. But, you know, if they put that on other people, like, you're not giving me what I need. You're not taking me to the places I want to go and showing me the most of life, you know, that kind of thing. Or even like they can have this kind of vision of something being way more exciting than it is, and then when it actually happens, or they go to that place, they travel to a place, they go to this thing that they built up in their head as being like so great and exciting, they can get there and be like, yeah, well, this isn't actually good. This isn't as like good enough. It's not quite, you know, they can be kind of like, woe is me in a way, just because if they're not getting as much as they think they deserve or need from a situation or from a person, they can just be a little bit like, you know, woe is me, or just negative in a way, you know? So yeah, that is your Sagittarius exposed. Exposing Aquarius. I love Aquarius people. I'm an Aries. Aries and Aquarius always get along very well in my experience, but I do say there are some things about them that really need to be exposed. And number one, they have too many friends. Aquarius people will be like friends with everyone, and they will kind of be fake about it because they want people to like them. They want to fit in everywhere. They want to be invited to all these things. They really are quite social. They're an air sign. They love to communicate. They love to have a large network. So they will have a lot of like friends and people in their life. And, you know, sometimes like as you grow and mature, I think you start to make your circle a little smaller because you realize that people aren't always like, don't always have the best intentions. So, you know, it's great to have a large network, of course, but when it comes to like intimate details and like what you're doing and spending a lot of time with, like you kind of have to at some point narrow that down to like a specific amount of people. Aquarius people are, you know, a friend of everyone. They want to be friends with everyone. I think once they get to a place older in life, they choose to like cut most people off actually. Like I've seen a lot of Aquarius people be the social butterfly out and about, but then when they get to an older, more mature phase in their life, they're like hermits and they just kind of stay with their main people, and they like to socialize and party and go out still, but just with their like crew of like main people, you know, because Aquarius people are also very weird, very unique, very like, you know, they'll say whatever. They're kind of wild with their speech. Like they can be very harsh, very mean, very like just open with what they say. And that can be taken definitely very negative if you're someone who appreciates more of like a sensitive, soft, more like careful communication with someone. Aquarius people are not going to really give you that. They're going to be just bold, outgoing, say whatever, you know, and again, as they mature, since they are ruled by Saturn, they start to get probably more like a little more cautious with their speech and who they're talking to and what they're saying and that kind of thing. But they can definitely be known for just like saying like the craziest stuff and being like super outgoing and, you know, social in that way. So to some it's a good thing, to some it's a negative. So that is your Aquarius exposed. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Let me know if you have any feedback or requests below.